Now, does it say we're live on Facebook? That's good.
Live now.
Good evening, everybody out there in Chester County.
Oh no.
None other than me, Brother Fonz on City Town Talk. I'm telling you, I look cool, but you don't know what me and the Kirks was just going through to get on air. I'm telling you, this ain't easy. You know, another thing I'm thinking about, how come when we live stream on Zoom, it always look like I'm looking to the side? I keep swearing I'm looking in the camera, but that's all right. I got the dynamic duo on this evening, man. I've been dying to get up close and personal with them to find out a lot of stuff about them because they got a story to tell, and I'm just hoping they got the time and y'all got the time to just stay tuned in and listen. Now, what I got to do, Steve and Shannon, that's SNS. What I got to do is I'm going to try and find y'all guys on here so I can read in case anybody got some questions or they want your autograph or something. So let me just do that. Hey, Steve, you can decompress too, man. You always look like you swole, like you're a big muscle, man. Relax.
We just got done lifting.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm saying you can exhale now, man. It's all good. But that's all right. We're going to talk about that too, man. We're going to talk about that now. So anybody out there within the sound of my voice, just share this video because that way it'll probably get onto my iPad or stuff like that. So we're not going to hold this up. Because I want to be good stewards of your time. That's what they always say in my church. We want to be a good steward of your time and of your money. So here we go. Let me get started. I got all this kind of stuff. First thing, man, Steve, Shannon, now this is a team thing. I want y'all to tell everybody out here in the community a little bit about yourselves, man.
Got it.
Well, ladies first.
So personally, Shannon Kirk, I am born and raised Coatesville Area School District, a special education teacher for the Chester County Intermediate Unit. And we have 3 sons, all who have attended Coatesville School District or have already graduated from the Coatesville School District.
What about you, big guy? Tell us a little bit something about yourself.
Steve Kirk, Coatesville resident since Cowan Elementary School, and 3 sons, and I'm a roofer. And we roof out downtown. We had Kirk and Sons Roofing for a while, and then we merged with GP Martini Roofing in Downingtown about 8 or 9 years ago. Okay,
now I realize y'all two are 2 busy people because I always see y'all doing stuff. You're hawking your wares. You're trying to build up the Scottfield project. What are you doing right now to cope with this virus? How are y'all making it out during this period in time?
You want me to answer?
Go ahead. You can answer. What are you doing?
So, well, as far as Scottfield project, just like everyone else in the community, everything's hanging in limbo. So I know that a lot of people know we have the event, the casino night event that was supposed to take place in March, which was a big fundraiser to help us raise money for the renovations to the snack shack at Scott Field, as well as our indoor training facility. We had to postpone that event. So that is supposed to take place on May 30th, possibly to be postponed again due to the virus. As far as our organization, the virus has impacted our ability to fundraise significantly for 2020. We haven't been able to get business sponsors. We haven't been able to get the grants that we would typically be getting at this time of year. And we also haven't been able to do any events where we sell the shirts that we make a lot of money for Scottfield Project off of.
Yeah, man, this virus is killing everybody. What about you, Steve? I mean, you do the roofing, and I know you do all that stuff with the kids, with the lifting and all that. What are you going through right now? Withdrawals or what? What's going on?
No, I'm actually fortunate enough I was called out on a lot of emergency work because our company had put in a, what do you call it? When everybody got put on unemployment, we were able to put a waiver of acceptance in for emergency work. And we were granted that. So I was fortunate enough to be able to still get into work on emergencies. And as of the 1st, we're back at it. Full construction got released in Pennsylvania. So we're good to go. Everybody's back at work at GP Martini. And as far as the withdrawal, we can't have all the young ones around like we were 3 nights a week for a while. The introduction to fitness has slowed down. I do have some family members though, and some older ones that are moving on to college, and we have a select group that I'm still able to touch their lives and train with them, and they keep me going. So I've been fortunate. It hasn't been as drastic as it could be. We've been blessed with the opportunity to still work.
Good stuff. Good. Can you do
Oh, the screen just froze. Sorry, we didn't get that.
years old? Ain't worked out in about 70 years.
I
said, can you do anything with a 70-year-old like me that doesn't work out at all?
Hey, if you're willing and able and you can get there, we can do something.
All right. Hey, look, I want to take a second to just tell you some of the people that's looking at that find you guys very interesting. Kathy Smith says, good evening.
We just got
Molly. Your buddy John Rutman.
Yeah, Rut.
He's famous. Huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's on there. Pastor Connie Dutton. So we got some prayers coming up for you guys. Eric Cortez, my man. We got Wanda out there. Tez Hutchison from Tez Shot It Photography.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Tez. Tez said it too. Shannon and C. Waverly Holmes. She's up the bat. Hey, look. These are people that really want to hear what y'all guys got to say. I hope I got some good questions. But if I don't, y'all fill in all the blanks, because you know your story, because I'm gonna let y'all just run real free in a second. Let me see, what's my next question? I read where you are a coach of Coatesville Red Raiders. How long you been coaching?
In Coatesville, the Kid Raiders, that is, I started in 2015 with the Kid Raiders.
Okay. Now, here's where I want you to just take your time, because, matter of fact, before you take your time, I want to let everybody know within the sound of my voice, Claudia D. Palmer, that your initiative was the inspiration for me starting MCDC, the nonprofit, take on the Ash Park Restoration Initiative. When I looked at your story and I looked at what it is you wanted to do, on the outside, it looks like a seemingly impossible task, but it didn't deter y'all from undertaking it, because let me see what I said. You had vision, you had inspiration, you had dedication, and you got faith. And you needed all that to even begin to look at what y'all were now. So for those of you who wonder how and why this Ash Park pool thing got started, is because I looked at Steve and Shannon and I said, if they can undertake something like that and believe in Fonzarelli, why not you? So that's all I got to say about that. Sound like Forrest Gump, right? That's all I got to say about that. So now, how did this project begin? Go for it.
It began at GP Martini. We in meetings, we tossed around the idea of doing something at Christmas time for years and giving a free roof to somebody, or trying to figure out who to give the roof to. And it just was 3 years we talked about it and nothing really ever came of it. And then when I started coaching the CKR, and I was coaching flag boys at the time, 5-year-olds, some late 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and 6-year-olds. We entered other people's fields, and we would come to Scott Field, and they said they would rather go to Kennett so they could run through a tunnel and play on the nice turf field, and they didn't want to play at Scott Field. And when you have a 5 or 6-year-old look up at you and ask you as you're taking the field to play a game at their home field that they'd rather be playing somewhere else. I mean, it affected me, because I played there as a Gordon Panther back in 7th grade when Gordon was the middle school. And I had some coaches at the time with me as well, John Grandinetti and Mach. and John Rusky, and we all just started talking about it. We had Rutt and Limper, Coach Rutt and Coach Limper, that were great inspiration to us, and they were our predecessors at CKR, and they really talked us up and said, "Hey, keep doing what you're doing. Keep driving the kids as hard as you're driving." I mean, we love this. We need these kids to have motivation, right? Well, once we started talking to the coaches, and I took it back to Gary, the owner of GP Martini, and he said that he would definitely back us in it. My wife and I talked about it. We talked to a couple other families at CKR, and they said they would definitely be all in with the labor and the effort. And then the company one day said, we set a date. I believe it was in April 22nd of 2016, I believe.
Well, you're skipping a lot of steps. 2017, but we
2017.
yeah, but first we had to get the approval.
Yeah, well, once we had the backing, we got the approval from Kathy Tashner, the old superintendent,
the whole board.
And the board and the school board at the time. So once everything was a go, and we had the willingness from the company to back us, and we started fundraising, one thing led to another. We had people calling where we didn't even have plans to do some of the things, like removing the area for the turf that's down there now for the little training area in the back that's 90 by 65. That came about just because somebody had called in and said, "How can I help? I have some trucks, a chipper, and some chainsaws." I was planning on just doing the stadium at the time, but we had willing and able bodies and machinery that wanted to take down some trees. So that came up, the turf.
It just
continued to expand and grow with the more people that called, and the willingness from the community and different members of the community that had different trades and skills. So we just kept it just compiled into what it is now.
That's good. That's good stuff right there, man. And I want to just stop right there and put a comma right there, because the reason that I have you on, and the reason that I have everybody on City Town Talk, is because you're people of interest, and you have a story and lessons that you can give to the community at large. I listened to you say some things happened that you didn't even plan to happen. Now people called and wanted to help, and all these things happened because you started out by starting out. And I'm going to be honest, God has a way of bringing people into our arena to help us when we doing stuff. I'm not saying that's the only way he does, but had you not gotten out there, you would have not gotten all the help that you're getting. And this is what I'm trying to tell our community, that a job can be large and big, but you don't have to be afraid, because you can never tell who's sitting on the sidelines that will help you on your mission in life. But they can't help you if you stay inside the crib.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. Now, let me just give you some shout outs, because there's more people that's watching that finding you guys very interesting. Claudia T. Palmer, one of my favorite compadres, Dr. Teresa Lee Powell. You were speaking about you're having your gala, your casino night out. We're both being postponed month after month after month. Yours is May 30th, and ours is August the 14th, but we're honoring Dr. Teresa Lee Powell, who's watching. I love you, Doc. I love her, man. She's a soldier. Hub Tinson is watching. Brenda Meeks, Arlen Jones. So that's who we got there, man. That's good stuff. Now, did you want to add anything to that, Shannon? Because there's a teamwork. Anything you want to add to what he was just saying?
The only thing I can add to it is just that everything we've been through, it required a lot of perseverance and persistence. And so anyone in the community that is trying to either contribute to what we're doing or contribute to what you're doing or doing their own thing, you cannot just take no for an answer. And you cannot stop in the beginning when people say it'll never happen, because a lot of people told us it's never going to happen. What you want to achieve will never happen. And so we had to kind of push that behind us and keep moving forward with the people who believed in us, and people who were willing to work alongside of us. And that's how we've gotten to the point that we're at now.
And I am totally, thoroughly impressed with that. So what would be my next question? You already answered how long you've been at it. Has it been hard? Hey there, young fella. Come on, introduce him. Who's that young fella? Get on over here. Hey, man, what your name is?
Justice.
Justice? Did he say Justin or Justice?
Justice.
Just this.
So, son, that's what the world needs, a little bit more justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you, Justice. Good looking out. Man, you got some great parents, man. They be doing some stuff. Hey, look, I see y'all out there be selling them shoes, hoodies and t-shirts. Y'all are in it to win it, man. I love y'all guys, man. Look, I'm from South Philly. I'm a kind of guy that can grind stuff out. I don't quit. Y'all know at the way I was going after Cashner, right? That I was no quitter, right? Anyway, now, has it been hard recruiting help and resources? Has it been hard?
Yes.
Tell us about
Definitely. Well, the thing is, in the beginning, right, when you say, okay, we're going to get together and we're going to redo this stadium, it gets harder as the years go on because they see a Kirk coming and it's like, oh boy, what are they going to ask for, or how much are they going to ask for, or how much material do they need? And you don't want to be a hindrance on anybody, but at the same time, when you see how it impacts the lives of the kids and the youth, and it makes a difference, that's what pushes me, because for so many years, people say, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and we're going to have this. And I can't tell you how many times when I was young, I heard that and nothing ever happened. So
Yeah.
I was basically personally have some experience with not having things, with adults telling me things and then them not coming through with them. And I didn't want to do that for the kids. So basically, them loving what we're doing, the kids coming out and doing the exercises and the fitness and just getting together, that pushes me to keep striving to get more people involved and to keep asking for help, because it definitely is impacting the lives of the kids of the community.
Mhm. They love it.
That's amazing. That's amazing what you're doing with the kids. I've seen your inside video of you. I'd never seen that before. You got them on a farm somewhere, working out inside of a building or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
What is that? What is that? Tell us about that.
Well, that's the indoor. Well, I'm gonna have to go back a little bit, because we did have an idea that was presented to the board about a year ago for an indoor training facility at Scott Field. It was a 60 by 40 structure that was, we had a rendering of that, a drawing, a building, a metal building, and yeah, and it was approved.
Mhm.
But we decided that we're not going to do that due to different reasons. And we're at Cackleberry Farm now, temporarily looking for a spot within the city. We're talking to the city of Coatesville, James Logan and Linda Lavender and everybody down there, Carmen Green, everybody that's in the city. We've been talking to them about possibly getting a spot where we could build onto or improve, so we can have a spot right in the city to have a training area indoors for the kids. But we're temporarily at Cackleberry Farm up past Route 10, past the Wawa and Walmart.
It's a good space. It's just not the ideal location.
Right.
Made me a little nervous looking at it, and I was just looking at it on social media. I'm like, whoa, Cackleberry. That sounds scary, especially from a guy from the hood.
It's a good space for the indoor training area. It's just that a lot of the kids that we would like to be able to access the training that we're providing, they can't get there.
I feel you.
It's outside of the city of Coatesville. So it requires them to get a ride, and we would love to have a spot where kids can walk to it.
And that sounds like a plan. If there's any
You just froze on us. Sorry.
your team, trust me. Hey, we got Erin Anderson. She tuned in. That's okay. Am I still froze? I'm froze.
No,
We
you're going.
You're good.
Okay, Erin Anderson said she loves y'all. I don't know how she know y'all, but she love y'all anyway.
One of the that's Rico's mom. And I
Yeah.
had him in flag and pads. He'll be moving on, but that's one of our boys.
Look, we love him at New Life too. We all go to the same church. We love that guy, man. And she's doing a fine job, her and her dad. Okay, let me see. Okay, Claudia T. Palmer said, join the upcoming sports arena, with Derek Morgan. hey, maybe we can put in a little word with Derek. I know he already loves y'all. I mean, you know.
Right.
Okay, who we got? Who we got? We got Debbie Book. Hi, Debbie. How are you? She put a heart next to y'all two names. She must really like it. Brenda Mees, I didn't forget you. And one of my favorites from MCDC is Daria Turner. We'll be together again soon. Now, let me see what else I got to ask. Damn, y'all doing good. I like it when y'all freestyle like that. Okay, now, what has been some of the biggest challenges you've faced so far during this project?
I'll take that right away. The biggest challenges that we faced is people saying and commenting they're on board with what we do and that they want to give back to the kids and they want to give back to the youth. And then when you get to know them and they turn around, it's all talk. They don't come out and they're not actually doing what they say they're doing, or the principles at hand with what we do doesn't line up with what they're portraying to us. I mean, commonly the term used is haters or people that are fake, that they come up and they just want to get involved just enough to knock you down a couple of pegs because of some type of personal popularity contest they may be having amongst themselves or a particular group. That's probably for me, that's the hardest thing I've had to deal with. That includes the hundreds of hours of community service. I mean, it's easier for me to go out and swing a hammer or power wash or build something. That's not hard. The hard part for me is dealing with the different personalities and the different opinions of us. And, you know, but it comes with the territory, I guess. It comes with politics. It comes with anything you do in life. But for me, that's the hardest part because my heart is in the city of Coatesville. Okay, like I literally did that. We started this because we're from Coatesville. We went to Gordon. We were there through in the 90s. Okay, Coatesville has made significant leaps and bounds forwards from where we were years ago. And the people that don't understand that, they may not be from here. I mean, they just need to sit to the sideline and let the positive things happen when they're happening instead of trying to beat you down or sabotage positive things for the kids. I mean, that's my hardest thing to deal with personally, is have the patience and understanding to shut my mouth and go ahead and just keep thinking about the kids and let them do what they need to do.
Just to ignore
them.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
Come on, Shannon. Come on, tell me what you think is the hardest too. I'm loving what you just said, though.
I agree with Steve that it is hard to combat and, you know, continue to be positive and push forward through a lot of the negativity that we face and the doubt. But aside from that, I would say the next biggest challenge is finding the time in our own personal lives to dedicate to Scott Field Project. We both have full-time demanding careers. So I think what some people don't understand is that in the evenings, you know, I'm doing paperwork for Scott Field Project. And on the weekends, when we're requesting help at the field, I know that that's people's only day off from work. It's also our only day off from work. So I think that that's the other challenge. It's just that it is a really high level sacrifice. So it's exhausting, but we keep doing it. And every time we say that maybe after we're done this phase, we're going to be all done because it is so demanding on us, then we think of a new idea. So we're really never going to be done is kind of the conclusion I came to. We just keep thinking of other things that we want to do because we are very passionate about the kids of Coatesville. And there's honestly nothing that means more to me than seeing kids get a chance to succeed.
Let me put a comma right there. Good evening, Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes is on the set. Puerto Rico, Teresa Cole, Miguel Torres, number 3, man. It's good to see y'all this evening. I'm telling you, you know what is so good about having y'all on? Because, you know, I see your broad and everything, and every once in a while, I read some of the things that you say, but I've never really heard your heart. And man, your heart is right on the money, man, for what y'all doing. And I love what you just said in regards to the challenges. Big challenges, it shows people who they really, really are. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't walk their talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what
Uh,
I know exactly what you mean.
Man, cause MCDC, we're on a project, you know, like it's like if everybody just gets $15 out of 13,000 people, we'll have enough money to get the pool open and everybody rah rah rah. But where are they? But you know what? I ain't waiting for nobody, so it don't even matter if they don't help, because we're gonna get this thing anyway. I playing with them. But
Well,
so now let's see.
that's the attitude any nonprofit or any passionate person needs to have is, look, you found something and you're doing it, right? You found it. Your heart was in this pool for the kids. Now, just think of all the people that go to places and just complain and complain and complain about 20 different things. Now, if they would just get a group of 5 or 6 people together and tackle one complaint and take it upon themselves to address it, their lives will get so much easier and better, because they're going to forget about all the other problems they had, and they're going to be focused on this one positive thing and get it done, and then that will grow into something else. I mean, I don't see that. I don't see how complex this is.
Man, you are teaching some lessons this evening, man. Now, I'm not going to pay you, but you could charge somebody for these lessons that you're giving. That's good stuff, good stuff. Lanisha Johnson, my neighbor. Ella Nicole Vetter, I would vote for you today, Ella. I've been knowing Ella since she's been in high school. She's a social activist. I just love her spirit. Okay, let me see where else. So what's your future vision? Say like 5 years from now. What's your vision for Scott School? Scott Field.
Or for the organization.
The field, the next thing up on the field is the snack shack. The vision for the snack shack is to have a fully operational ran kitchen. I believe that when people come together, especially in Coatesville, when you break bread with people and you eat and you hang out, the relationship aspect betters, and you get the trust and the compassion from others in Coatesville. Because I mean, I'm from here, and it takes a lot for Coatesvillians to get that trust from people. I mean, we're basically at first in relationships, it's like this trust issue. And what I find is when we're at Scott Field, everybody's eating, everybody's having a good time. I mean, it just brings in a huge family base. I mean, that's what I've learned. That's what I've always felt in Coatesville. So once the snack shack's done and fully operational, where you can cook anything you want, any type of platter, plate, food, we'll have the training area, the field. And then I don't know, it's not our property. So we always have to go in front of the district and ask for approval to do anything. But we can come up with all the ideas in the world and raise all the money in the world. But if we don't get the approval and the backing from the school district, we can't go forward. So it's kind of hard to project what we could possibly do down there
at the
field.
But our organization has a lot of other visions outside of Scott Field location.
Right.
You know, as far as the indoor training for youth, we don't have to do that at Scott Field. Just because the name of our organization started at Scott Field, we can take our organization goals and vision and move that around the city. To promote, you know, all types of programs that will enhance the lives of the kids inside of Coatesville City.
Well, I'm glad you just said that, programs. Can I didn't mean to cut her off, but when my wife just said programs, it made me think of when I was younger. I was a troubled youth, and I was always put in different places. And I remember going into programs and the programs helping a great bit, right? And the vision would be to have the fitness, have the kids around, and be able to mentor them, just like coaches coach during football season. When it's not football season, still have those coaches working out with the kids, but then maybe have some other settings in the building where you could do other things like art or whatever somebody else in the community would like to spend their time teaching kids with, and continuing year-long mentorship for the kids. You know, because I know as a young man, I really didn't, parents can only do so much. before the kids don't want to hear it anymore because they just want to refuse what the parents have to say because the kid already knows everything and they want to find it out the hard way. I'd rather be another support line for parents, year long.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we got Patrice Proctor has checked in. Sally Holmes, who I call twin, she checked in, and Melissa Weathers. Good evening, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. It seems like you have a nice little stream of people that find your story interesting, and that's always a good thing. Okay, let's see. You undertook a major project. Let me make sure I'm still okay. You undertook a major project. What would you say to people that want to have an impact and the projects that they may seem to want to do is impossible? How would you encourage them? Because you've already done it and you're seeing some of the fruits of your labor. How would you encourage somebody else who sees a vision to encourage them to undertake it?
You want me to answer it?
Go ahead.
I mean, I think I already said, just to not accept no. When you will initially hear no when you undertake something like this. So never to accept that, and to continue to believe in yourself and be passionate and talk to someone who has had a nonprofit organization if that's what you're looking to start, and then research it on your own. I did countless hours of research as far as what I needed to do to present a proposal for something like this to the school district. I contacted people relentlessly to the point where it was probably harassment just to get them to meet with us, just to get them to hear what we wanted to do, and then just reach out to everyone to pull in all of the resources that you can. Because like you said, there are people sitting there on the sidelines that probably have the skill set that you need to help achieve your goals for your project. So if you have something in mind that you're passionate about, go for it, and just start.
You know what? That's the truth, because there was times I was down at the field. Oh, that's the truth, to keep moving forward, because I remember vividly days that I was down at the field by myself, right? And a huge undertaking I would have to do, and I would start getting negative and thinking about, man, all these people, they should be out here, this and that. And I'm playing the tape in my head, and I'm starting to judge others based on what I think they should be doing, or my expectations of them aren't being met. And it's like, look, if you're taking on the project, hey, if something would have took 10 hours with 20 people, right? It might take you 30 hours by yourself. Just keep pushing forward, because somebody's going to see it, and they might not say anything right away, but in about 4 weeks, when they see a solo person working countless hours, it wears on people. And the ones that care will start coming out. I mean, they will start coming out because they're going to see the dedication and the determination. So just keep pushing forward. That's the same thing my wife said. And it's hard at times, but you just keep doing it.
I'm gonna replay this broadcast over and over, because I hear the noise in our community about why don't we, why this, why that, why that, why that, why that. I'm the kind of a person that you start it, you do it. And then, like you just said, it'll wear on people, and they'll start to believe in you because you believe in what you're doing. Anybody can give lip service, and everybody wants everybody to join this, let's do this. And if we all don't join this, then don't nobody do anything. No, if you believe in your mission, you get out there and do your mission till such time somebody comes along and say, need some help. That's a lesson for the community that I reside in. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody playing nobody. To have an impact, you got to get out there and do something. Stop trying to look for help and you ain't doing nothing. Right. Do something. You know what I mean? Don't get me started. So I done got all passionate about that one. Okay.
We can vent to each other all night about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right though, because we're gonna be that change that we've always been looking for. Anybody playing nobody. But look, here goes. This is like really my last question, but of course we can talk and expound on this even more. What do you need from the community that's tuning in right now? Everybody that's waving, saying hi. Hey, Kaz Rolling. Kaz Rolling, Big Boys Barbecue Sauce. Y'all know
We
Kaz
just
Rolling?
bought some of that barbecue sauce.
I
We
got
worked out-
two in the
worked out
crib.
together.
Hey, Cash, you're gonna have to start paying me, man. I'm talking more about your barbecue sauce. I thought my own stuff. Robert Turn came in, so he's saying hi. So look, what do you need from the community that's tuning in right now, and how can they get in touch with you? What do you need from them? Talk to them.
Hey, what we need from the community is positiveness, right? And when we do get back to work down at the field, it's always welcoming to have members come down and pitch in when they can on our work weekends or our work days. That we will get going on the snack shack. The COVID-19, all this things really messed up the construction industry. So we're behind the 8 ball at work, and we're trying to play catch up. The kids aren't even in school. Sports aren't happening right now. But once the snack shack gets going, we're going to need some help. So it'll get posted on our website. And my wife is great at the Facebook stuff. I don't do any form of social media whatsoever other than calling people and texting them. But when you see it go up online, or you see the post on the Scott Field Project Facebook page, come out and lend a hand. You know, we have board members that are definitely very helpful. Kara Mayan, Kyle Mayan, Kat Homnet, Chris Walton, Nisha Merck, Shamika Richardson. I wanted to give them a shout out. They're always there meeting with us and doing things to raise money, cooking lunches. And hey, when you come out and work with us on the weekend, you might get a free lunch. People cook for us. I mean, I can't tell you how many weekends I was down there and looked forward to the food that somebody was making from home and bringing down at lunchtime. That hour was great. You sit there and you get to socialize and talk, vent to each other, and then continue on with the work. But just just positive feedback, and then also from our city, any recommendation on a building that's empty or isn't being utilized, or something where we can move our indoor training facility and have a home where we can coach kids up year round with fitness and mentorship and life lessons, life skills, basically. And whoever else would like to join in that building and teach something else the kids are welcome to once we get it going. That's what the overall mission is to be in touch with the kids year round and be a lifeline of support for them.
And if
But-
anyone
Okay.
and if anyone is interested in getting involved with us, our website is scottfieldproject.com. There's tons of information on there, information on how you can email us, call us, come to one of our board meetings. The board meetings are all listed. I always post them on the website. So the next one is the 17th of May. It will take place on Zoom. So if anyone is interested in participating in that, they're always open meetings to anyone, so they can email us and I'll send them the Zoom link. If there's any local businesses that are interested in a sponsorship, that information is also on our website, scottfieldproject.com. If anyone's interested in making an individual donation, you can hit the donate button on the website. So all of that is on our website.
Well, look, hey, look, and you mentioned something about city council there, Stephen Shannon, and we just had a visitor, our honorable city council lady, Miss Carrie Arvilla Hunt. It's good to see you, Mrs. Hunt. And we got Willie Jack Whitson. Oh, I gotta look up your Facebook page, Willie Jack Whitson. I don't know if that's somebody that has an axe in their hand or a hammer or Willie Jack. I'm gonna look you up, man. But thanks for tuning in. And look, I want to thank you, Steve and Shannon. I want to thank y'all because y'all were so special. I like it. There's a lot of nuggets of wisdom in there, man. And I'm telling you, I'm going to listen to it over again. And it didn't freeze as much. It must be showing off for y'all only a couple times. But I'm going to repost this. And I want to thank y'all for really allowing me to come into your area, your location, just to ask you some questions and to share your journey and your mission with the community at large. I'm going to keep reposting it. And I want y'all to have a great night. I'm going to ask you to just go ahead and sign off. I'm going to have a few announcements for my viewers. and we're gonna talk soon, okay? Hey, but wait a minute. Y'all are the best when it comes to selling t-shirts and hoodies. Y'all be out there in the rain, the sun, and hey, wait a minute. Was it last year, the Unity Day?
Unity
Yeah.
Day.
It rained like cats and dogs, man. Ah! Y'all are in it to win it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I want y'all to have a good night, and we're gonna talk soon, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, man. Take care. God bless now.
Good
All right, you
night.
too. Be safe,
All right,
everybody.
good night. Okay, Chester County. Before I leave and say good night, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, watch yourself, big. Next week we will have, who will we have next week? Next week, I think we're going to have Reese Soap, Amber Little Turner's daughter. We're going to have SCORE for all you entrepreneurs that want to learn the basis and the foundation of having your own business. And trust me, you can only go as far in entrepreneurship as the foundation that you build. Because if you don't have no foundation, you may think you're going up, but you're going to come back down, or it's going to be so much harder and longer. So I want y'all to stay tuned to my upcoming events. Thursday, don't forget, we got State Representative Dan K. Williams will be on at 8 o'clock. If you got questions, write them down and get ready. Stop asking the people that hang out on the corner about stuff that they don't know about. Ask people that's in the know. Matter of fact, be ready Thursday, and we're going to see if we can't get some questions answered, some answers questioned, and see if we can do more to inform our community about what's going on. Hey, look, I'll have the whole lineup next week. I got to take a break. I'm tired. I'm telling you. Hey, Melissa Dalton Myers, she came on. So look, I want y'all all to have a good night. I want y'all to remember that Coatesville's rising, and we all matter. Peace out. Hey, Arvilla, I want city council on City Town Talk. Let's arrange something.